How do you handle imports and exports in modern JavaScript? Breaking news for web developers. The question on everyone's minds right now is how to handle imports and exports in modern JavaScript. With the rise of JavaScript frameworks and libraries, understanding this topic is essential for efficient coding. Just yesterday, developers were discussing the best practices for managing code across multiple files. In modern JavaScript, imports and exports are primarily managed through S modules, which stand for ECMAScript modules. This standardized syntax allows developers to share code seamlessly between different files. To export variables, functions, or classes, you use the export keyword. When you want to bring those exports into another file, you use the import keyword. There are two main ways to export items. First, you can use named exports. This allows you to export multiple items by name. For example, you might write export function foo and export const bar equals 1. When importing named exports, you must use the same names. The second method is the default export. This allows you to export a single value as the default. You might write export default function my function. When importing a default export, you can name it whatever you like. When it comes to importing, named imports requiring curly braces. For instance, you would write import foo bar from /module.js. In contrast, default imports do not use braces. You would simply write import baz from /module.js. You can also combine both types of imports. For example, you could write import baz foo bar from /module.js. Another exciting feature is dynamic imports. The import function allows you to load modules asynchronously at runtime. This is particularly useful for code splitting and loading features only when necessary. In the past week, Node.js has improved its support for S modules. You can now use MJS files or set type equals module in your package.json file. While Node.js still supports modules, many developers are shifting towards S modules for modern projects. To keep your code organized, consider best practices. Use named exports for multiple utilities and default exports for single main functionalities. Always keep import paths relative or set up module aliases in your bundlers or Node.js. Avoid circular dependencies by designing your modules carefully. Dynamic imports are great for larger modules or features that are not needed immediately, optimizing performance. As the JavaScript community continues to evolve, staying updated on imports and exports will help you write cleaner and more maintainable code. This knowledge is essential as developers seek to improve their skills in this fast-paced environment.